Greetings and welcome to the show, 5 Minutes of Wellbeing with Vasilis, on Mental Wellness TV. Today, we will talk about wellness through self-compassion. Tenderness heals. We are truly happy to have you with us today to explore the profound ways in which kindness toward ourselves can foster healing, growth, and a deeper sense of wellness. In a world that often pushes us toward perfectionism and harsh self-judgment, embracing self-compassion opens a pathway to resilience, emotional balance, and inner peace. Together, let us embark on this journey of understanding how tenderness toward ourselves can be the most powerful medicine. Self-compassion is more than just being nice to ourselves. It is a courageous and conscious choice to treat ourselves with the same kindness, care, and understanding that we would offer to a dear friend facing difficulties. When we stumble, make mistakes, or face life's inevitable challenges, self-compassion allows us to respond without harsh criticism or shame. Instead, we approach our experiences with warmth and acceptance. This gentle attitude creates a safe inner space where healing can begin, and personal growth can flourish. It is not about avoiding responsibility but about nurturing ourselves through the process. The scientific foundation of self-compassion is increasingly robust. Research shows that practicing self-compassion can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, while increasing emotional resilience, optimism, and overall well-being. When we treat ourselves kindly, the brain activates areas associated with soothing and safety rather than threat and fear. This shift in neural activity helps to calm the nervous system and promotes recovery from emotional wounds. It is no wonder that many therapeutic approaches now incorporate self-compassion practices as a core element of healing. One of the key aspects of self-compassion is mindfulness, which involves being aware of our present experience without judgment or avoidance. Mindfulness allows us to acknowledge our pain, disappointment, or fear without becoming overwhelmed or caught in negative spirals. By holding our suffering with a tender heart and clear mind, we break the cycle of self-criticism that often exacerbates emotional distress. This balanced awareness helps us to accept reality as it is and opens the door to compassionate action. An essential step toward cultivating self-compassion is recognizing the shared human experience of imperfection and struggle. We all face setbacks, feel inadequate at times, and confront difficulties that challenge our sense of worth. Understanding that suffering is part of being human connects us to others and dissolves the isolating effects of self-judgment. When we remind ourselves that we are not alone in our challenges, it becomes easier to treat ourselves with kindness rather than harshness. Practicing self-compassion can take many forms, from simple daily affirmations to deeper reflective exercises. For example, we might gently acknowledge our pain by saying, "This is a moment of suffering," followed by, "May I be kind to myself in this moment." Such phrases help to cultivate an attitude of acceptance and care. Other practices include writing a compassionate letter to ourselves, engaging in guided meditations focused on loving kindness, or simply pausing to take a few mindful breaths when we feel overwhelmed. It is important to understand that self-compassion is not self-pity or indulgence. It does not mean excusing harmful behavior or avoiding personal growth. Instead, it provides a foundation of support that encourages honest self-reflection and positive change. When we treat ourselves with tenderness, we create the emotional safety needed to face challenges and make healthier choices. This nurturing approach strengthens our motivation and perseverance, rather than undermining it. Tenderness toward ourselves also deeply influences our relationships with others. When we develop a compassionate inner dialogue, we become more patient, empathetic, and understanding in our interactions. The way we treat ourselves often sets the tone for how we treat those around us. By cultivating self-compassion, we create a ripple effect that fosters kindness and connection within our families, communities, and society at large. Cultural factors play a significant role in how we relate to self-compassion. In many societies, the emphasis on achievement, independence, and self-control can make it difficult to embrace tenderness and vulnerability. However, as awareness of mental health grows, there is a collective movement toward recognizing the importance of self-care and emotional well-being. Encouraging open conversations about self-compassion can help break down stigmas and inspire more people to practice gentleness toward themselves. Technology and social media influence how we perceive ourselves, sometimes amplifying critical voices and unrealistic standards. While these platforms offer opportunities for connection and learning, they can also trigger comparison, self-doubt, and anxiety. Developing self-compassion helps us to navigate the digital world with greater resilience, reminding us that our worth is not defined by external approval or fleeting metrics. Instead, it grounds us in the fundamental truth of our inherent dignity and deservingness of kindness. Incorporating self-compassion into our wellness routines can be transformative. Simple habits like setting aside moments for self-care, journaling about our feelings, or practicing gentle yoga create a nurturing environment for the body and mind. Self-compassion invites us to listen to our needs with tenderness and to honor our limits without guilt. This balanced approach promotes sustainable well-being rather than short-lived bursts of effort. The role of self-compassion in healing from trauma is particularly profound. Traumatic experiences often leave deep emotional wounds that can fuel self-blame and shame. By learning to treat ourselves with kindness, we create an inner ally who supports us through the difficult process of recovery. Therapies that integrate self-compassion practices have been shown to improve outcomes and empower individuals to reclaim their lives with hope and strength. Self-compassion also supports physical health by reducing stress-related inflammation and promoting healthier behaviors. When we respond to ourselves with care, we are more likely to prioritize rest, nutrition, and exercise, not out of obligation, but from genuine self-respect. This holistic approach aligns body, mind, and spirit, creating a foundation for lasting wellness. We are invited to cultivate self-compassion not only in difficult times but as a daily practice of love and respect. Beginning each day with a compassionate intention can shift our mindset and enhance our ability to cope with challenges. Ending the day with gratitude and self-acceptance fosters restorative sleep and emotional balance. Over time, these small but consistent actions build resilience and deepen our capacity for joy. Community and social support play vital roles in sustaining self-compassion. Sharing experiences, listening without judgment, and offering mutual encouragement strengthen our sense of belonging. Support groups, wellness workshops, and compassionate leadership within communities help create environments where tenderness is valued and nurtured. Together, we can build cultures that honor vulnerability as a source of courage and connection. Mindful self-compassion encourages us to embrace the full range of our humanity, including imperfections and uncertainties. This acceptance fosters humility and openness, allowing us to learn from mistakes and approach life with curiosity rather than fear. The gentle heart is courageous and wise, recognizing that healing is a journey rather than a destination. It is essential to remember that self-compassion is a skill that requires practice and patience. Just as we develop physical strength by consistent exercise, we cultivate kindness toward ourselves through ongoing attention and effort. At times, we may notice resistance or inner critics pushing back, but gently returning to compassionate awareness strengthens our ability to nurture ourselves over time. The interplay between self-compassion and creativity is a rich and often overlooked area. When we soften our self-judgment, we open space for inspiration and originality to emerge. Artists, writers, and creators often find that treating themselves with kindness helps overcome blocks and fear of failure. Self-compassion fuels the courage to take risks and embrace imperfection as part of the creative process. Self-compassion also helps us navigate change and uncertainty with more ease. Life is full of transitions, losses, and unexpected challenges. When we approach these moments with tenderness, we reduce resistance and increase our ability to adapt. This flexibility promotes emotional resilience and a deeper trust in our capacity to handle whatever comes our way. In the context of leadership, self-compassion is a vital quality that fosters effective and compassionate guidance. Leaders who treat themselves with kindness model authenticity and vulnerability, encouraging teams to cultivate trust and collaboration. This compassionate leadership style contributes to healthier workplaces and more meaningful achievements. The spiritual dimensions of self-compassion invite us to connect with a sense of sacredness within and beyond ourselves. Many traditions teach the value of loving kindness and forgiveness as paths to inner peace. Integrating self-compassion into our spiritual practices enriches our understanding of interconnectedness and deepens our experience of meaning and purpose. In conclusion, wellness through self-compassion invites us to cultivate tenderness as a powerful tool for healing and growth. By treating ourselves with kindness, embracing mindfulness, and connecting with our shared humanity, we foster resilience and emotional well-being. This practice transforms how we relate to ourselves and others, creating a ripple effect of love and connection in the world. Let us walk this path together, supporting one another with gentle hearts and open minds. Here we conclude today's presentation, and we encourage you to send us the topics that concern you and invite you to participate in the show. The issues you raise will be covered in our upcoming episodes. Stay with us every day for a new dose of strength, joy, and inner balance. Finally, we invite you to visit our website and explore the specialized collections we have prepared for every aspect of mental and emotional well-being. Until next time, we invite you to care for one another, but above all, for yourselves. Stay well always.